What's up, YouTube? How you doing? Welcome back to D&D.
Literally just shit myself.
Fucking cutting all that. I've built up quite a personal brand of everything I put out publicly is wildly unpopular. We can't be pandering to try and get subscribers to things. Actually,
Please subscribe and hit the bell. Like the video and comment below who your favorite character is. You gotta get the engagement, Rick. You gotta get that D&D money.
All about the sweet D&D money. Because you know Rick's hard up.
Well, it's it's a question of whether it's comparable to my book sale money. I checked my ranking 1,000 today.
Yeah.
Currently at number 1,400,000 in the rankings.
From the sounds of it, it is entirely comparable to your D&D. That's your book money, sorry.
Well, the thing is, there's probably like several million, so you're not that bad. Could be worse.
I mean,
You've actually had
never
some
even published a
sales.
book.
how many books do they actually sell? You know,
1,400,000.
Must be like because. Well, like there's books on there that people publish and no one buys. Whereas I assume you've had a couple sales. I mean,
Yeah,
I bought your book.
Oh,
yeah.
Two, I think.
Well, that's how I was introduced to you. I think at the
I need
first
to get it signed.
iSeries I went to, you were there. I was introduced to you as, oh, this guy's published a book on Amazon. Yeah, it was. I think it was the time where your coolant exploded in your PC.
it didn't so much explode. It was more it didn't cope with being on a very, very slight angle.
That's a long time ago.
Anyway,
Yeah.
enough of this gay banter. Shall we?
Yay!
Who is doing the recap?
Not me.
And then it's your job next week then.
I'm
So make
away
good
for the
notes.
next 3 weeks.
Oh shit! Yeah, you got to come on. Just give a recap.
I'll do
The
that
stuff
from
that you weren't even here
Blackpool.
for.
Yeah, I'll come on in the last week when I'm in Blackpool and looking after 2 teenagers and a preteen, and I'll be
You
on
should
listening
guess
just
what
for
happened.
sanity. Yeah.
We will require via WhatsApp a weekly internal monologue of what's going on in Rat Scrub's head, depending on what happened to Rat Scrub over the course of the next hour or so. Which I
Is
genuinely
he
don't
still
know how
alive?
bad it'll
Who
be.
knows?
It's a good opportunity for Ratscrub to go off on a mushroom foraging adventure.
I'll try and theme it with the things that I'm doing on the Thursdays as well. So next week will be, is Adam still alive? The week after will be, is Mandy horribly drunk at her work do and thrown up outside the restaurant again and missing dinner? And the last one will be, has Mandy killed the preteens, or is Lynx Africa going to kill her?
I'm going to put my money on yes to all of the above.
I'd like to go maybe, hopefully not, yes.
Well, if you're not missing dinner because you're throwing up, you're either doing it right.
I sent an email to the big bosses at work today to say thanks very much for having me for the last 3 months. It's been great in this new role. Thanks for all the support. And the big boss replied, and he was like, oh, yeah, you've done really well. I was like, I wasn't looking for a compliment, but thanks. And he went, now don't forget with lunch, maybe this time you'll actually get to try them food. I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex, do you want to give a recap
I'll
of
give it a go.
what you got up to?
Yeah. I'll give it a go. 'Cause obviously
I think you were the star.
Well, I like to think so. So I think there were 2 sets of things going on simultaneously. The original crew from the previous week were locked in the Temple of... And this is in my other page of notes, I think. Oh, Lost Things. The Temple
of the Lost Things, yeah.
Yes. They'd ended up going downstairs and the doors had locked behind them. And they then went on a little adventure. There were a number of items in the room, which they sort of had a quick look at. There were a couple of swords on some hands of a statue in front of them. And after sort of prodding gently at some of the items in the room, which included a skull with some jeweled eyes, and a piece of parchment, and a bottle of mysterious but clearly very scary liquid. I think so. Tell me this is wrong. They went up and they touched one of the swords, and that's what summoned the two slightly Russian spirits to emerge from the caskets at the back of the room.
Yeah, I think it was the act of taking one of the swords, and then that would be us taking a thing that wasn't our lost thing, which then summoned the ghost to thing it was.
Okay, so it's definitely a sort of auditor vibe about whoever it was that was policing this. That's not your lost thing. You have to go somewhere else. So there were a bunch of different quotes here. I've got so bound by blood, yet kept apart, two blades, two hearts, and shadowed hearts, brother to brother, love sincere, curse to falter, if ever brought near. And I've got a name of Oleg, which I think was one of them. And I don't think I've got the name of the other one. Anyway, fight ensues. Tom goes absolutely mental on these people, punching the ghosts, even though that's definitely not something that ought to work as well as it ended up working. Then halfway through this encounter, rocks start to fall from the ceiling. And again, I'm not entirely clear what caused that to start happening.
It was the big statue banging its hands on the ground, causing the ceiling.
Why did the statue become enraged? Did we piss it off? Apart from stealing the sword.
It was the ghost. One of the ghosts says, "A, that's not their lost thing. That's my lost thing." And then
okay.
the name of the god that's a statue of that I've forgotten. And then she went and started hitting the ground.
Indeed. So then there was, I guess, quite a lucky escape for the team, because really it sounded like, it felt like those rocks ought to have at least hit somebody, and didn't. Yeah, well, at least one of the party just walks out. There is the bottle, which gets thrown at a ghost and somehow doesn't cause any particular mischief to people, but clearly is a bit of a scary item. And the climax of this is, I think, about to be destroyed by or killed by a falling boulder. Jim uses an enlarge reduce spell on Tom, which makes him very much larger. He grabs the bottle and Jim and runs out, and meets up with Rat Scrub, who is going through a library for some reason that's outside the door.
Yeah. Looking for a book on mushrooms.
Looking for his book on mushrooms, which he finds.
I think the only big thing that happened in there is, unbeknownst to Tom, he screamed at the statue that they're next and he's going to get them next time, not knowing that this is some sort of form of a god. And I'm sure it's not going to come to bite him in the ass.
And speaking of things that might not bite him in the arse, so Edge wakes up from whatever fugue state he was in last week, and approaches the temple, meets up and has a quick chat with Sway and Dagger Nix, who is Sway's apprentice. Decides that the rest of the crew probably know what they're doing, and makes his way into town to figure out more about what's going on with all of these random people who are pretending that they are guardians of the temple, etc., etc. Gets into a conversation with some folks who turn out to be part of the Morlack consortium, and playing on a hunch, gets himself taken on board their boat. As part of some tussle, then ends up destroying said boat, but somehow leaves the situation. Two things happen, I guess, from Edge's point of view. He's now massively in love with all these really cool dagger ladies, who basically he would not be around were it not for their help. But as far as he's concerned, he's head of the plan, and that was all part of it all along. But it seems like while the ship was going down, some folks escaped and have been left with the idea that Tom is the cause of their further concerns and pain and suffering. So it sounds like poor dear Tom may have troubles coming to him from both directions.
Yeah, so I think the cause of it was the captain says, "Oh, I don't think I do know you, but I do know your friend Tom." And he said that quite loudly that these other guys overheard that, heard the name Tom. So, I'll go put a bounty on Tom.
Okay, so we don't think it's not about them having known Tom originally.
The captain knew Tom.
Okay,
but I'm assuming it's someone from Tom's past. However, due to the captain shouting out that he knew Tom, they've now gone, "Oh, Tom's the guy who's made an enemy of the consortium. We need to put a bounty on him." But no one knows any of that because they were off in their rowboat and no one could overhear what they were saying.
Oh yes, of course.
So we gotta. So that's what I think with D&D is. You got to separate what your character knows and what you know as a player to the best of your abilities. You can kind of
a third tier of that, which
like...
is the stuff that Matty remembers, which is obviously a third level above all those things.
I mean, I'm younger than you lot. I've got a better memory. I'm sorry.
And no small children.
Yeah, true.
Definitely
I have a lot of distractions.
Cool. Is that sufficient, Dungeon Master?
Yeah, I mean, so just to be quick, so the reason that I have you guys do the recap instead of recapping it myself is that it's useful and interesting for me to see what you remember and what you don't remember, and what you guys see as important compared to what I think is important, because they are always very, very different. But yeah, so you have between you a handful of loot. So you have the slightly mysterious scroll, you have the very mysterious bottle of liquid, you have the mysterious bejeweled skull, and you have one of 2 Brotherhood blades. You left the other one behind. And you also have, I haven't put it in Roll20, but you also, Rat Scrub does have my first book of mushrooms, which is exactly as it was depicted on WhatsApp. And yeah, Tom is very, very large. And so we pick up the story.
It was concentration, the enlarge spell, so we discussed that they just dropped the concentration.
Yes, so that you weren't conspicuously large walking through town. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
So we rejoin the party, and let me put you on the wider map. So we rejoin the party. One of you is coming away from a now very much on fire ship that was docked elsewhere in Ishanta Ra, and the rest of you coming out of the Keep of Lost Things. And so you guys come across each other at the same time. The All Trades is still docked where you left it. And what happens when you guys meet each other?
Oh, Ed, you're not going to believe what happened to us.
Oh wait, hold on a minute. You're not going to believe what's just happened to us.
Alright, rock, paper, scissors, who goes first?
I got a book on mushrooms.
RPS in the chat. 3, 2, countdown from 3.
Hang on, I'm confused. Type RPS/RPS?
Yeah. No, just type the letter R, P, or S.
Oh, okay. Right.
In the chat. Countdown from 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah.
Go on. You better tell me then.
Alright, go on, little Rascal. You tell him what happened.
We
The most important
library.
thing that you thought happened.
We went in a library. We went down to this weird place, and this big statue was throwing rocks at us. But I've got a book about mushrooms. It'll tell you the rest.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is we fought some fucking ghosts. I punched them after dead, even though they're already dead. And then we had to leave the big statue behind because I'm also half dead. Little cook here, he helped out a bit. He made me big, so the rock didn't kill me. But most important thing is, I think we found a clue. We got this piece of paper. It has a riddle on it, but we're not quite sure what it means. And then we got some creepy sword with some elvish on it. Somehow the cook was able to decipher it. I don't know. He used his weird magics. Not a fan of them. But yeah, anyway, what happened with you? I could smell burning.
It was legendary. There I am.
Oh, so is every story you tell.
In amongst the Morlachs, right at the centre, but still on the edge. I sweet talk them. They beg me to come to their boat. They should know who they're bringing on board, but they don't. The poor captain, he did his best, but I pulled the wool over his eyes. And as his lifeless corpse dropped to the floor, I sailed majestically back to the dock and turned just in time to see the barrel of oil catch fire. So, I mean, you can thank me later, but that's one less boat of enemies we're going to have to deal with. But tell me again, sorry, there was a statue?
Next to you, Short Sword Sway just kind of goes...
And at that point, and of course, my ladies, I couldn't have done it without you, and I go to sort of embrace them.
Please do not do that. Do not like.
Oh, you! And I give her a playful jab in the side.
Everyone else can see these two just kind of go, being paid.
Yeah, you might not want to be too friendly with those women. They're not just ladies; they're fucking warriors. You saw them fight. They'll have you in the night.
Do they like being referred to as ladies?
I doubt it. What do you want me to call them?
I don't know. Warriors.
Those swords there.
Superstars.
Like this little boy.
What they are is the finest apprentices I could possibly have asked for, and if they wish to have me in the night, well,
what we need to do is figure out where we're going next, because...
Have you got a roll for that?
Oh no, that there is no rolling out of the bad consequences of saying that.
Oh.
They're going to eat your soul.
Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this parchment, Tom. The scroll. Sorry.
Oh yes, we'll share what's on it. It's in the handouts.
Yeah, I can see the thing. Do I? Yeah. So I pick it up, and the first thing Edge would do is seek to kind of get some kind of weird connection from the universe from it. Does he connect in any way just from holding a piece of paper?
Are you doing this in the town, or are you going back onto the All Trades to do this?
I thought we were already back.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the consensus is to go back to the Old Trades and regroup there.
Okay. Your connection to the universe. Are you trying to, from holding this paper, are you trying to think of whether this riddled parchment type thing is something that you've heard tales of or come across before, or are you thinking more spiritual and kind of is there more to this than just paper?
So Edge has a very spiritual is probably a decent word for it, but it's more superstition probably than that. So while he is comfortable in tricking other people, hoodwinking other people in a sort of playful way around the idea that these trinkets have powers, he actually has started to believe. For example, he is now a little bit scared of the map piece because it clearly put them in a very dangerous position. Now, it's a bit of a love-hate thing because he doesn't necessarily want to let go of it, but he's going to be quite respectful of that thing now with no evidence at all to the contrary. And it's the same thing here. It's sort of a blind superstition-y thing, like, can he sense something beautiful in this possibly even fake parchment?
Is it kind of like karmic connection sort of thing?
Yeah, but entirely, but in almost all circumstances, in his own head.
Give me an Arcana
Right.
check.
Which one, sorry?
Arcana check.
I
On your
can't find the
skills
button.
on the left-hand side of your character.
Oh, it's this thing, isn't it? Sorry. And which one's the skills one?
So
Arcana.
Arcana, near the top.
Yeah, the big list of skills on the left is sorted in alphabetical order, so it'll be at the top.
No, I can't even find which thing that is. I've got it in.
So you opened up your character sheet.
I've rolled 20.
Yep. Have you opened your character sheet?
No,
For
I
Edge?
haven't. Where's that?
So
In
the journal.
in
on
the
right-hand
journal.
side, third icon.
Journal. Character. Yeah. Got it. Yes. Sweet. I'm in. Sorry, I opened up Beyond D&D, and then Arcana is here. Bosh.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't use Beyond D&D now. We're in Roll20. That was just for creating the characters.
So, with a 13, you don't get a sense. You don't get anything really concrete. You do get a sense that this wasn't just idly written by someone. This is something that has some kind of deeper meaning behind it. But with a 13, it's not enough to kind of give you any deeper thoughts or insight as to whether this is sort of fake trickery, super important, must be preserved at all costs, can be cast away, that kind of thing. You just know that whoever wrote this put a lot of thought into it, and it has some meaning.
Can I ask, is Edge just holding this piece of paper and like thinking really hard, or is he looking at it, reading it?
I would be touching it, and I would be, almost sort of like, how people would literally kick a tire, or they'd hold pick up a knife and say, oh, that feels like it's got a good balance, even though I've got no idea what that means. It's sort of, I have no idea how to assay this particular item, but I'm holding it and having a look at it. But sort of, yeah, with like a child might.
So time will go. We need you to read the words on this. It's a piece of paper, nothing more. Just could you read the words? Because we need some help deciphering what it means. Not, it's a piece of paper. As you're like rubbing it between your fingers, like looking at it like from different angles, trying to figure out like what is this?
The thing is, Tom, as I've told you, that's why they call me Edge, because I'm always looking on the edge of these things. I'm sorry, hang on. Is this the slightly mysterious skull?
Huh?
Is this the slightly mysterious skull that is English? In English?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so it's just there's a riddle on it that we couldn't figure out.
Simple gentleman,
fine.
And is not one for riddles.
Yeah, I think we all like rolled below an 8 when we were trying to decipher what it meant.
But this is the thy God watches this place, this chamber, this scroll. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If determined to find the forbidden path, ye hold these words to which that is not alive but grows, has no mouth
but consumes.
Can be
caught but rarely held.
Exactly. I, as a person, still don't know what it is. Me and Mandy were kind of thinking something along the lines of like an emotion or fire or something that's that sort of
I mean,
thing.
gut feel again. Fire/disease is where I'd be going with it, but
yeah, Ollie seemed to know what it was, but he's not here. Other than that, we got a scroll, a sword, and this bottle that Tom just pulls out and is like, kind of just looking at it. It's like, apparently this is some fucking heinous. Threw at one of the ghosts. You thought he was going to die, but I missed spectacularly. Should have fucking seen it. I lobbed it, and it fucking slipped out my hand, bounced off the table, rolled around the floor, and somehow didn't break. And this ghost, he looked like he was ready for death. But when he saw I missed, he like sigh of relief. So I think there's some anus in this.
okay. So I'd want to perform a similar voodoo assessment of each of these items, but I think I'd be particularly interested in the mysterious liquid and the jeweled
Mine.
skull.
I'm keeping this. This is
Fair
mine.
enough. So I'm going to be glancing at it.
My lucky
Whereabouts are you
bottle.
keeping it about your person?
In my satchel.
Okay. Oh, and would you have described it as your lucky bottle out loud?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think technically it is lucky, as he almost died trying to get it. But he didn't die, so therefore it's his lucky bottle. He's going to throw out the next enemy he sees.
Edge would respect that. What I mean, not necessarily the throwing bit, but you know. And who's holding onto the bejeweled skull at this point?
Was that me?
I think you had it, and then
I threw it, didn't I? Did I throw it at somebody? Oh God, what did I do with the skull?
I know it was swapped out on the hand, and then someone went. I think
Jim went.
it was actually.
I took the sword, didn't I? I put it on the
Yeah,
hand.
you took the sword, and then Jim would have had the skull because he went back for it.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just assume that he hands it over, seeing as he's not here to defend himself.
Oh, how big is the skull? Are we talking like a human skull?
Yes.
Okay.
And the rest of the party looking at it in the chamber, like it is a real bone skull. It's just encrusted in, in gems and gold, like gilding, and it's got a large jewel in each eye socket.
Okay. So
ooh, what if we hold up the scroll to the skull, because it says all these words to that which is not alive, and that skull ain't alive.
I'll give it
like?
a grown-up say.
Just hold the scroll in front of the skull, expecting something to happen.
You all breathe in the weight of expectation of kind of what's going to happen here, and then you realise that it's been quite a long time of not a lot happening. So you holding up this scroll to the skull.
Oh fuck!
Are you doing this?
Thought I was going to do some.
How secretly
worth a try, Tom.
are you doing this? Are you doing this just on deck? Are you kind of huddling away from everyone? Who else would be able to see this happening?
I assume. I don't think we're trying to hide it from our crew.
Okay.
But maybe from onlookers on the port. Maybe we're trying to. Maybe we're doing it in like. I can't remember the parts of the ship now. Like the quartermaster's cabin sort of area. Maybe in there. I don't think we're doing it on deck.
Are we in port? Are we moored where there might be other ships around us?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I assumed. Yeah.
You haven't set sail yet.
Okay. We're in the harbour of the port town.
Okay. So at this point, I guess Edge would be perhaps a little bit nervous that the people whose boat he just destroyed might be coming back to have a chat about it, and so might be agitating that whatever fine things Tom wishes to accomplish. Perhaps we could accomplish these with the wind in our sails.
I mean, but what if there's more stuff to do here?
Fine, but let's
we don't want to sail away and have to come back.
Perhaps we could just move away from there being a gangplank to the port or to the dockside. So there's a little bit of space.
We don't want to push our luck anyway, boys.
It's not a fucking car. You can't just leave a bit and then go, oh, we need to go back and turn around.
I mean, technically...
Not a cart.
It seems like you kind of can.
We could moor up further out and then row back if needs be. We've rowed across a swamp in a coffin. What's the hardship?
Yeah, that was like a 3 meter wide fucking moat.
Is Saturday? Is that his name?
Yep.
Baron.
Yep.
Yeah. Is he?
Baron,
is he
Saturday, or Primor?
I was going to say, he seems to have lots of names. It wasn't particularly clear.
He's knocking about, yeah.
Cool. I'd be interested to know if has he seen us holding the skull? Could he see that? And does he have any reaction to that we can see?
That's my
Hey, Saturday,
skull
come over
you
here.
got there. Oh, wow, jazzy and sparkly. I like it. Not quite sure why you felt the need to bring it on board, though. I mean, it's mighty brave of you.
Friend of yours, is it?
I don't know every skull personally, but I know the look and feel. You ain't woken it up, have you? Ah, no, yeah, I can tell you ain't woken it up. Look at it, it's just a skull. I'd recommend not waking it up, though, unless you're unless you prepared for the consequences of waking up a skull that looks like that.
Right. I think we should get rid of the skull. I don't want it to wake up. That sounds fucking creepy as shit.
When you say wake up, I mean you don't mean actually waking up the skull, right? Right?
Stranger things happen, boy.
Sure, but in this particular case, are you saying we could wake this up?
I mean, possibly, if you speak the same language as it. Probably doesn't speak the same language that you've been speaking, otherwise everybody go, hey, why are you woken me up? I'm a skull.
Oh, well.
That's what
Pick a Rick.
That's what I'd say if I was a skull. You woke me up. I'd say, hey, I'm a skull. What you doing?
Is it obvious from the skull what creature it was and therefore what language it may speak? That might be a mad question. Can we tell that from...
It looks definitely humanoid. You'd have to give me a... Unless there's a reason why you would be particularly adept at the specificities of skeletal anatomy, it will be quite a high DC medicine check to see if you can tell specifically kind of more details about this skull.
That right there. That's a fucking skull.
Okay. Oh yeah, Tom is convinced that it's definitely some kind of oh, okay. Right.
Oh!
Ding!
Mr. Smart
Anyway.
Hands over here.
So with a somehow 21, actually,
Is that possible?
Was that a crit? Yeah. So yeah, with a crit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 20. Yeah.
I know its name. This was Jeff.
This is an adult skull. It's got it definitely seems like it's human, but if you look really closely, you can see that there's as well as the gems and jewels and gold filigree and stuff, there's definite indications of whoever this was being a magic user. Yeah, not necessarily kind of a nice, friendly, healy magic user.
Are the Jules doing anything in particular? Because I think Edge might quite like to prize them out if he wasn't feeling too freaked out by whatever the Baron just said.
Saturday would definitely recommend you not, but you are absolutely free to do so. And you would also remember that you were told, no one else knows this, but you were told by Short Sword Sway, do not trust Saturday.
But Friday's okay, yeah?
Hey.
It's Friday.
Okay. Right. Sorry, Tom. Are you saying to get rid of the skull?
I don't like it. If it's gonna fucking wake up while we're at sea, that doesn't sound good. Can I see if there's any? Can I do a history check to see if I know of any, like bad rumors or superstitions about having a skull on board?
Absolutely do a history check. Okay, 13. So you know, so you know a bit, but not a huge. So you know that there would be times when having the skull of someone who was revered and honoured and was well respected would be something that would be like positive, luck and destiny wise to the ship. It would be a lucky thing. Likewise, you also know that it's the kind of thing that if it could be interpreted as parading around the skull of an enemy, or that kind of, that if you were parading around the skull of someone innocent that you killed and kind of showing off that kind of barbarism, that's something that might not be seen as being particularly honourable amongst the more good gods, but it's something that might be very much respected by the gods that favour evil stuff and might is right and the more chaotic side of things. So it very much depends on the nature of who you are or aren't trying to offend at the time.
Do we get any inclination that this skull is anything more than a skull? Do we have any vibes about it? Do we think that inside it there might be some thought processes occurring or something, or do we think it is literally just a skull that's been covered in jewels and somebody's got to say something to wake it up and that's it?
So you can't see anything inside it. The fact that Saturday has said that it can be woken up or might wake up does tell you that there's more to it than just a skull. And I also say that he has asked if he can keep it.
Can I use my mop has got my mop has got some things that it can do, but I don't know if this will work. So I've got a thing I can do called Eavesdropper's Edge. Once per long rest, you can press the mop against a door or wall, maybe a push to press it against the skull, to hear surface thoughts. Detect thoughts, surface level only, no save. I don't know what that bit specifically means, but could I lean my mop against it and see if I can detect anything going on inside the skull?
Yes, you can.
How do I use that? Do I press like the little bubble thing next to it?
Yeah, so it should be a little. So there should be a little like resource thing. So when you click it, it should say that you used it up until you do a rest again. So if you click it, then that'll tick over, so we know that you've done it. And yes, you definitely do detect something, and I will send you by WhatsApp what you detect. Because only you can tell this, and it's up to you as to whether you want to share this and how much.
Is the idea that we haven't necessarily noticed while we've been debating this that you've gone and done just accidentally dropped your mop against it?
Roger is very adept at being more than you would know. So
Okay.
he will.
So we'd be disregarding.
Yes, in your eyes, I am the irritating 12-year-old cleaner of the ship who tags along for annoyance reasons, bit like a wasp.
Okay.
But I see things, I hear things, I am cleverer than I might look. And now I'm going to look at WhatsApp.
So you get that, and you don't get it in any kind of particular language, or it's not words. It's just you get that as a kind of emotional, non-verbal feeling.
So Tom, I'll do you a deal. How about we keep the skull, because more skulls are better than fewer skulls, but we'll pop it on the shelf over here, and we'll put the captain's biggest hat over the top of it, covering its ears so that no one's going to accidentally wake it up.
All right, that sounds good to me. But I don't know. I don't want none of you messing with it while we're out at sea. Because if we're fucking out at sea and that thing wakes up and it's as bad as fucking Baron says, I don't want us fucking sinking the ship out in the middle of the ocean and we're being fucking stranded out there. There's enough to worry about out there as it is.
Is the shelf in a cabin that maybe could be locked, guys?
I think we were in the quartermaster's pantry or something, were we?
So it's lockable, right?
Equivalent room, whatever it is. I don't know all the rooms.
I'm hoping that we're in a room where basically we could lock it so that only the senior members of the crew could access it.
You are able,
and certainly none of the guests.
Given that you have, so you've perched Frozen Jack on deck so that he's not hidden away, but you can definitely get into his cabin, so you can lock it in his cabin if you'd like.
Can we assume that means that only the player characters can get to it, or is that not something we're free to assume?
I mean, you can tell the rest of your crew. Well, the only person who has keys to everything is Old Button. So you can give him instructions and orders if you presume to do that, or you can trust him.
No, I would like to ask Old Button about this scroll. See, there's he's one for rumors and stories. Maybe he can tell us what it might mean.
Okay. So you take the scroll to Old Button. I assume you haven't told him kind of the background and context. You just presented him with a scroll with a riddle on. And Old Button is going to say, I know riddles. I've heard a fair few riddles in my time. Flames, I think. That's my reckoning. It's all to do with fire. I think that's the answer to your I like your riddle. I mean, I don't like the idea that you'll be defying the gods, but then again, it's just a piece of paper. But yeah, I think fire is what you need to do. Just you be careful with fire on a ship. You don't want things catching fire. I mean, all hell could break loose.
As Tom just looks up and sees a plume of smoke in the sky.
Yeah, you can hear Grack from the crow's nest going, I don't mean to alarm anyone. There's a whole lot of fire over there. It looks like a ship's on fire. And, well, there's a lot of hullabaloo. People don't look too happy about it. Just letting you know.
I do think we should just move away a little bit from the dock. Just a safe distance away. Just to take a moment to work out what we're doing next, rather than being tethered to the dock.
Fine, let's do it. Let's moor out a bit further.
So let me put you. Let's put the party token.
So I'm sure we need to like hold it over a flame, and there might be some hidden text or something on this.
Oh, I like that idea. Like it's been written in lemon juice or something.
You can do this. There's candles and
Oh, there's
things.
2 of us.
So there is. Didn't realize
It's still at Saltzgar.
Didn't realize I hadn't moved it. There you go.
I didn't realise I was looking at the wrong place.
So there's it depends on how boisterous a fire you want to hold this against. Are we talking candle? Are we talking
Oh, we're definitely talking candle.
Okay.
Yeah, candle. Nothing scary.
Sorry, I missed that. So Old Button said to light it on fire?
So he was saying that the answer to the riddle is something to do with flames.
Right.
And fire. So we're thinking hold it in front of some fire. Maybe it'll reveal
the scroll.
Yeah. Like not light it on fire, but like kind of hold it near like a candle's flame to see if maybe there's some hidden text or something.
If you've drawn on it in lemon juice, you'll be able to see it against the flame because it will shine through. We've also moved it slightly away from the dock because the guy.
But we're still on a very wooden boat.
We are, but the guy up in the crow's nest could see some trouble and see the flames of something a bit further away. So we moved out just a little bit.
I'm sure it's just a local.
I'm assuming, there's candles and like lanterns on the ship. It's not like this is like a super obscure like thing. Like how dare you light a candle on the ship?
Oh, there are absolutely candles.
Yeah.
So you are holding this scroll up to candle.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me an idea of roughly how far away from this candle you're holding it.
Oh God.
Are we talking like 12 inches?
I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Like
it's the joke that has to be made every game. So you're holding it. You're holding it reasonably near the candle, and it's starting to get warm. You're not really seeing from that far away. You're not really seeing a huge amount of difference.
Okay, I'd slowly inch closer to the flame.
Half inches.
Without the actual flame actually touching the parchment yet.
Saturday would just lean in over your shoulder and get uncomfortably close to your ear, Tom. You want me to burn it?
Well, we don't want to burn it yet.
I can light it on fire.
I think Ed should be leaning over the other side, being like, "I think you should burn it."
Are we just set it on fire?
Tom does. Roger doesn't want you to burn it.
I think I would like to do this on deck, not in an enclosed room, in case it catches fire, then like produces some sort of fireball. Maybe with a bucket of water nearby.
Standard firework protocols.
And then, after being like, "Oh, fuck it, it's not showing anything and put it near a flame," I'm just gonna fucking set it on fire.
I don't like how Rick's smiling.
I mean,
Rick's always smiling,
holding his sword at this point, but not drawing it.
I think it's Rick smiles because he's excited you're going to do something right, or he's excited you're going to do something really bad and it's going to be really funny.
So,
Roger
you can't gauge it.
As you take the bold decision to light this very, very piece of paper on fire, it just goes in
there.
It
is,
and it is destroyed. And the crew around you are they've noticed that you are lighting a piece of fire on deck, and a few of them have started looking, and then you hear a little as after the flames, somehow there is still a bit of paper in your hand, and it's a slightly different looking piece of paper. And you have in your hand something that looks
like a penis.
A little bit like this.
So Tom would
It's
go,
like Harry Potter magic.
he found it! But I won't say what it is. And then then look around just to make sure they'd be like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have shouted, but caught himself before he said that we got another piece.
Oh, I was hoping that you light on fire and it would explode, or just to be fireworks or something fun. That's just a bit of paper. That's not exciting.
On the contrary, dear Saturday, that is another piece of the puzzle. And who was it? Oh, you. There was 4 pieces in total,
yes,
I believe.
4 pieces in total. Are those pieces correctly orientated? Can we know that?
I mean, you can have a look at them. You can see.
I am having a look. I can't quite tell. They don't seem to fit together. That's my concern.
Well, I'm assuming this one's the top right, and the other one we have is the bottom left. Where's the other one? I can't see it.
They look like they should go on top of each other, given the edges of it. That's what I was just checking.
Oh wait, yeah, I see.
But they so they look like they should go on top of each other, but they don't look like this necessarily fit. And I don't want to call into question the excellent craft work of.
I think they do look like they do fit. Might be little bits missing in between. I don't think they're perfect fit.
Okay, fine.
The edges have been torn a little bit, but you kind of see it kind of.
The edge gets torn.
Like on the top right piece at the bottom, there's like a bit at the bottom right that kind of sticks out a bit that matches up with the other piece at the top right.
Hang on, no, sorry. The bottom piece has got two little divoty bits, looks like a W, of missing map. And the top piece has what looks like a pointy down that should be looking for a V. So if this were a jigsaw puzzle, I would not be recommending Jamie to stick those 2 pieces together, for example.
I think the top right.
Am I overthinking it? Is my question.
Closer.
Hang on, you've got around the wrong way. The first map piece goes on top of the new map piece because you've got the little divot down the bottom. On the original,
there
map,
we go.
that goes on the top.
Oh, like that. Oh,
sorry,
I see.
I couldn't work out how to have them both open on the screen at the same time, and then I worked it out. Sorry, I'm quite good at.
Hang on, so we're saying the tree
you're right,
is further top.
Because then the land also matches as well. Then.
Yeah, but
good
there's
spot
obviously the burnt bit missing.
Rick was hoping we would fall for it, wasn't he?
Roger is cleverer than he looks occasionally.
And then,
sorry,
we realised that we had a pro puzzle piece.
Okay, so
hang on, I've got 2 pieces of map, Mandy. I've got one with a tree on.
Yeah.
I've got the tree one in the middle of my screen. Where do I put the other one relative to it?
Down underneath it.
Underneath it?
Yeah, so there's a little on the tree one. There's a little sticking out blue bit at the bottom that goes into the hole on the top of the new bit.
And the land also matches up as well. It goes down.
See, so I'm pleased I brought this up because it sounded initially like I was just dissing Rick's handiwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the map was pretty ripped to begin with, to be honest.
Well, I assume it's been handled. I mean, was it like 1,000 years old or something?
We also don't know if the other map pieces will be bigger because they could go round the side and up on the top.
Or just be a big stack. They don't have to. I'd imagine 4 pieces.
Or like a scroll. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're assuming it's quarters.
Hang on, so
it might not be.
We've got Emmys of the Broken Oath. When he goes to the hammer, he will seek to be a large god again. Does anyone, as a character, know what that means?
No, but I think I know what it means.
Players might.
Cool, okay. Fine, I don't know, so that's cool.
I was going to mention it about the skull. I was going to say, oh, we all know about the old story of old Murray, the talking skull. Gets the kids to bed, bedtime story.
Sorry, are you actually saying that? Because I'd ask some questions at that point.
I don't know.
We probably left that
mention.
I would say
yeah,
there's no reason why you wouldn't have heard. You've been around a bit. You won't know all the details, but you'd have heard the stories of Murray.
So for reference for players, Mandy, you might remember this. During the D&D sessions we had at Insomnia, there was a talking skull called Murray, who is the... I don't know if he was the founder or something. He was like helped create the Broken Oath Order, the Order of the Broken Oath.
Okay, so hang on, sorry. Do our characters now know that, or is that information you're just providing to us as people?
That's just me providing as people.
Okay, fine.
So at the moment, I don't know what your characters know.
No, so I tell you what, Edge is then looking at this piece of paper and reading it aloud, and then looking a bit like, well, that's weird and mysterious. Anyone know what that means?
So as we are not members of the Broken Oath, is the Broken Oath a known factor in this world, or is it secretive and like rumored to exist?
Give me a history check, and I'll tell you how much you know.
Okay.
Can we all do that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
Well, Tom's racking his brain, but he just can't think of anything. Who are these Broken Oath? What is the hammer? Oh, the hammer. Hammer's the city, yeah.
So.
Oh, don't know who this M is. Could be anyone.
So let's see. Is Rat Scrub doing a history check as well?
Yeah, Rat Scrub accidentally clicked back to get out of the map and then exited Roll20. So it's just reopening everything. Please hold.
Okay. So while you're doing that, so Tom, you would know that. You'd absolutely know that the hammer was, making reference to the capital of Athil, and you have vaguely heard of Broken Oath, but you don't really know a huge amount about it. Edge, you would know that you'd have heard of the Order of the Broken Oath as a kind of mercenary group that seems to have something of a more underlying historical purpose specific purpose for being formed, but you're not entirely sure of what it is. But you know it's a mercenary group that's quite secretive. And Rat Scrub, you would know that M probably stands for either Murray, Marvin, or Methuselah. But you don't know which.
Excellent.
I'd say so the Broken Earth are involved. I've heard of those guys. They always seemed like they were there for a reason, but anyone know what the M's for?
No, all I know is the hammer.
Okay. Well, I mean, given the last riddle was about taking a scroll to some fire, maybe there's something in there. But then we've got this tears in the sand reveal the tree. That definitely sounds like we're going to have to go to a beach and do some crying. And I'd just
yeah, because there was a tree on the other map, wasn't there? This says to not touch the tree or we'll die.
And then
important, do not trust. Then bit ripped out that isn't on this piece.
Do not ever trust. And then what's the other bit we've got? I'm envious of Jack. Jack knows better than any the power of knowing a true name. All right, so someone's not who they're supposed to be.
But it says at the other map piece, the Jin's true name is Kalthak. Kalthak.
Kalthak.
Kalthak.
Would we know how to pronounce that?
How loudly are you saying that? Are you saying it out loud?
Tom is, yeah. I assume we've now gone back inside.
We're now holding both bits of map.
We've got both bits of map and trying to read the clues. Tom is definitely
just to be
trying.
Fully clear. Have we got? Oh, cool. Have we gone back into the room with the skull?
Yeah.
Okay. But the skull is
wearing it. Go back in there. But yeah, Tom is confused. He's not seen this name before. It is well, it says about true name there, and it says this guy's true name is Kalsak, and he is saying it out loud. Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
All of us, or just
fucking hell. What are my fucking rolls? I have a +4 to perception, and I'm rolling a 12.
You have not rolled well in any at all in this whole campaign. I think this whole campaign you haven't rolled above a 13 or 14.
I think I got
you hit stuff.
a good I think I hit stuff well, and I got a couple good intimidations on a couple people. But other than that, diddly squat.
Okay, Rat Scrub is the only one who notices this. No one else notices, but you just hear ever so slightly, almost imperceptible, just the slightest click, or that sounds like 2 gold teeth, just snapping ever so slightly. Just so slightly.
I think we need more. We know about a true name and a name. This Jin guy.
I think you need to stop saying Beetlejuice.
What? What juice?
That
I don't
person shall not be named out loud again on the map.
What, this Kalthak guy?
At this point, I think Edge would sort of reach past and don't be so stupid. It's clearly Kalthak.
I'll have you know, I have a -1 to intelligence.
So at this
I'm not
point,
a smart guy.
Edge, you also just hear the ever so slight movement of bone and gold. It's a creaky ship. There's noises all around, but this definitely sounds like it was coming vaguely from the skull.
Hey, can I turn around and just glance at the skull? Does it look any different to me?
It doesn't look any different at all. It's still just sitting on the shelf with a large hat on it.
Cool. I would then look at the crew and just check whether they're looking at the skull.
No.
Is anyone else looking at the skull?
I'm not.
Rat Scrub?
I'm looking at this map, and I'm wondering, does in this room does it have this a map of the continent that we currently have?
Yes, you can have that to hand. It's a kind of one that's on a big table, and you can
yeah. So try to move these pieces on this map, see if they fit anywhere. Now we've got 2 pieces with looks like some islands off the mainland.
So if you're doing that, I mean,
geography check.
There are some might say purposefully. There are at least 16 different places this could be if you're going on the basis of little island off a coast.
And there's no giant trees on the map.
There's no single giant trees on the map. Well, no, there is one single giant tree on the map. which is over in Athil, which is near the it's in the old woods that are near where the site of the Battle of Godsfall was from the previous campaign.
Oh yeah.
But the new map piece says tears in the sand reveal the tree, so we might not be able to see it until we cry or something happens.
Indeed.
Alright, I'm just gonna have a quick look at the different names of the places, see if anything comes to light.
And Tears is obviously also the same as Tears, so we don't necessarily know which one of those two it is. Thanks to English being
Good spot.
what it is.
Now you.
Sorry, when I was looking at the skull and turned around to just have a quick glance at the crew, did I see Rat Scrub looking at the skull, or was he doing something else at that point?
Rat Scrub is sort of side-eyeing the skull, looks a little bit furtive, doesn't particularly want to be anywhere near it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we could try following another lead that we got from Madam Oregon. There's the Irondale prison in the Eye of the Storm, where Kathy supposedly was last seen, who is the one that buried the treasure. Maybe we could look into that, because I think we've run out of leads over here. We got the piece, but we're no further into finding the location. I think we're going to need more pieces. Because
sort of
we know there are 4 pieces, but who knows? Someone may have torn up one of those 4 pieces, and now there's 5 pieces. And then they're going to turn up one of those pieces, and now there's 7 pieces. Like, who knows?
Maths in there. So
the rumors are
Edge is nodding along, happy to go along with this. He is walking sort of backwards towards the skull, just very slightly, trying to make it clear that he's hiding the fact he would like to get a little bit closer to it, a bit like a 5-year-old wanting to not make it clear they're trying to steal the Easter egg on the side.
So
yeah,
on the map,
go along with that idea.
Eye of the Storm near the Storm Bastion, I assume? Because there's no, like, Irondale Prison on the map that I can see, anyway.
Do we know where Irondale Prison is?
That's the only storm that's worth marking on a map. It's been storming like that for as long as I've been alive. It's the oldest storm there is. If I were to put something somewhere that ain't on no map, that's the bit of the map I'd put that something somewhere.
Oh, well,
wasn't he Welsh a few minutes ago?
No, that was the guy. That was the lookout guy.
Oh, sorry.
Don't you be confusing me with him. I'm a gnome. He's a dwarf. That's incredibly offensive, young man. Are we setting sail for this storm, or what, you deep lips? After I helped you with that riddle, too, you try and do some good for your crew, and you just throw them back in your fur. He starts walking away.
I'd chase after him and be like, just pat him on the side, and be like, "Sorry, my good man," and pass him a charm.
Kids, you need to remember your place sometimes, you young'uns. But he will graciously take the charm, and he will treat it with reverence and respect.
Thanks, old man. You've always been good to us.
I'm enjoying the use of coloured printer ink as well. That shows real money investment in the D&D.
I've got a whole wall behind my screen that I can start putting this on. So why wouldn't I?
With the red string, different leads.
Yeah, proper CSI.
So, is there anything that you guys want to do before you? Because at the moment you're kind of just adrift. Are you heading towards this area here? Towards where you think Arundel prisoners?
Is there anything else anybody else needs from Korakora?
I'm all good.
Because I think the main thing we were here for is info on Jack and his condition, which we kind of now have, and a potential piece of the puzzle, which we now have.
Yeah,
yes, Edge,
I think we're further ahead than maybe we thought we would.
Edge, is there any reason why we should stay or leave this place that you can think of? Is there any reason at all, Edge? Short Sword Sway would say pointedly towards you.
Well, I'd like to think the seas are a little bit safer now. There's one fewer enemy on the water.
She will cut you off and turn to her. I think it's best if we get underway and put Koro to our rudder.
Very
like
well.
I said, let's go.
So
let's go.
The wind very quickly seems with you, and you'll start making good headway. But then it doesn't take long at all for the wind to start picking up quite a lot, and the waters to get really quite choppy, disturbingly choppy. And it seems as things are getting you're going up and down the swell a lot more, and things are getting really quite unstable. Things are sliding off tables. You realize that this choppiness seems, if you look further out, it seems quite calm. This choppiness seems really quite concentrated on you guys, and as much as the crew are trying to keep your course true, and then they try and avoid what's going on around them, it seems like this is just following you guys, and very quickly there are dark clouds above you, and the waters start rising up in unnatural looking waves. It doesn't take long until it almost looks like it's like evening, maybe even nighttime. The cloud cover is so thick, and then lightning starts shooting down, and you swear as you're looking up at the clouds you can start to see flying creatures surrounding you that are too big and too pointy to be just seabirds. But that becomes a lot less important as you look behind you, and you see a somewhat familiar image. Well, it won't be as familiar to Edge, but it'll be familiar to everyone else who was down in the Temple of Lost Things, where before it was just a stone statue. This is a very large, made of the living waves of the sea, unmistakable image of the god Savras, who was, unbeknownst to Tom, fairly insulted. And she starts pounding her fists down in a similar way to she was in the temple, and the ship is rocking, and this is dangerous. She has a look in her eyes, like, you know that she is not happy with you guys. And this is where we come to the first skill challenge of the campaign. Now, for those of you who have not done a skill challenge before, this is unlike normal combat, where you take turns, you do attacks and things like that. You get movements. In a skill challenge, we go around in order, and you have to tell me what your character is doing to try to aid or get out of or escape or fight this situation. And that has to be, so we're going to go around, you're going to tell me what you are doing, and that will be associated with a skill check. So you would do a skill check depending on what you're doing, and if you get 10 successes, great, you escape. If you get 3 failures before you get 10 successes, something bad will happen. If you get 2 more, something even worse will happen. The rules are the DC will be 15 for all of these.
Oh, 15, okay.
Could beat 15.
Yeah, meet or beat.
Yeah, so meet or beat.
So, and it'll be a kind of, you tell me what you're doing, and I will tell you what skill, or you can propose what skill you want to do. So, for instance, if you were, if this is a situation where you were running through like a cave, the situation was you're running through a cave trying to escape something. If you were to say, I deftly leap over the falling rocks to make fast progress, not be impeded by the terrain, that would be an acrobatics check. If you are like forcing people out the way, that would be an athletics check. If you're trying to hide something, stealth check, that kind of thing. So you tell me what you're doing to try and aid the ship, get rid of this manifestation of a god, protect the crew, anything like that, and we'll do a skill check. The important thing is that if you try and do the same thing over and over again, it will get harder to do, so you're more likely to fail. But in order to determine in what order we go in, let's remove all.
When you say the same thing again, do you mean use the same skill?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean,
so we can't just pick the one we've got plus 10 in.
Exactly. So there will be some repetition, but also like if what you're doing is particularly cool, imaginative, or rich story-wise, or has some kind of consequence behind it that I find interesting, that might affect the DC. But the default DC is 15. And so I would like everyone to roll me. Oh, actually, I will put your tokens on.
We need tokens, don't we?
Yeah. So let me put your tokens on so you can select them. So we'll put Rat Scrub on. We'll put Tom on. And we'll put Edge on. And you have.
Are we rested by this point?
Oh no, no. Okay. So you have, again, the same rules apply. You have the crew, you have the ship, you have all the things that are likely to be on a ship. So if you want to use rope, if you want to go up the crow's nest, you want to fire a cannon, you want to use crew, inspire the crew, that kind of thing. All those resources are available to you. And yeah, roll initiative and we'll figure out the order. Click your token and then click initiative on your character sheet.
I don't know how to click initiative. Sorry.
On your character sheet, the top left, you've got your name, and in that square of like details, you've got inspiration and initiative.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay. So, Rat Scrub. You turn around, you see the watery form of Savras bearing down on you. Crew is quite panicked, trying to steer the ship. Lightning is striking. These winged beasts are flying around. What would you like to do to try and aid your situation?
Go second. Hang on. I'm just looking at my inventory very, very quickly.
So the other rule is with this, so we're going to do it all with skills. So you can use like things in your inventory or like if you've got spells, extra stuff that like you lean into in terms of words and stuff like that. That'll tell me what you do. It'll still be a skill that we roll to determine whether it's successful or not. So like if you decide you're going to try and punch the god, it won't be an attack roll that you make with all of that stuff. It would be one of the skills.
Okay, so I am going to use some rope to bind myself to the side of the ship, to steady myself, whilst I shout over to this god and say, do you know Mora Tidegloom? She's a friend of mine.
Okay. Give me I'll let you choose either a. Is she a friend? Is Mora Tidegloom a friend of yours?
Yes, she was the old sea witch that gave me my mop.
Okay. Give me
and it's in my backstory.
Either a persuasion or a she's a friend of mine. Oh yeah, give me a persuasion check. Okay, so that is a 4. So we have 1 failure. So as you call out these words, it seems like she's just you're screaming as loud as you can, but over the sound of the waves and the sea and the commotion, you feel like the words just you're not projecting enough to be able to like articulate and make her hear exactly what you're saying. At this point, the crew's starting to get nervous and panicked. There's people doing their best, but there's disarray starting to build up on the ship. Edge, what would you like to do?
In the absence of Captain Jack, can I stand on some sort of chest or something to make me a little bit higher than everybody? And with as booming a voice as I can command, listen, crew, this is the time we stand. And don't forget, when you're facing one of these gods, you need an edge. And you've got one. Everybody, to your stations.
Okay, so you're trying to inspire them rather than intimidate.
Yes, yeah. Rally the crew.
Okay, so I would suggest that is probably another persuasion.
Oh, you didn't account for these dice rolls, Rick.
Yeah.
Less persuasive than I was hoping.
Normally when I do skill challenges, you guys absolutely cakewalk it, but it's on. It's on the reliably good roller now, Tom. So as you're doing this, you as you call out to people, you kind of see some people kind of go, what was that? We need something with an edge. We need, and there's people kind of going, swords.
Simply, I trip off the thing I'm standing on as well. Then, yeah.
What is Tom doing?
Alright, so I think first thing Tom's going to do is, after he's seeing that spectacular fail of persuasion, he's going to take a slightly different tact, and he's going to tend to intimidate the crew to do what they're doing. So he'll go, oi, you fucking heard what he said. To your fucking stations and keep this ship afloat.
Excellent. Give me an intimidation check.
I would also, to help out, as a fighter, I have the commanding presence maneuver. So when I take a charisma, intimidation, performance, or persuasion check, I can spend a spiritual die and add that to the roll. Does that work here? As it is an intimidation check.
It is a check, and yeah, there's nothing in the rule. This is all about checks, so yes, I'll say they will. Yeah.
I'm going to expend one of them, so
I think that's wise.
Intimidation. Yep. Nice.
Absolutely. So as
okay, I don't know if these maneuvers, if they're after I've done the roll or not. It doesn't really say.
The
other ones are, because they're like, if you hit, then you can add this.
Yeah. Well, let's go for consistency then.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. I'll keep that for the.
Yeah, keep that. So as you do this, kind of the crew are kind of going, oh, okay, yeah, and like people seem much more focused now. There's less panic. People kind of doing their jobs, and the ship is starting to kind of get more of a steady course away from Savras. Rat Scrub.
Is that one success out of 10?
Yes.
Nice.
Right, so Rat Scrub is going to make his way down in the boat to where the cannons are.
Okay.
And he is going to, I'm going to assume he knows how to do this. He is going to fire a cannonball,
Yep.
not at Davras, but off to the side, as if to distract her and deceive her and make her think that something is coming from a different direction.
Okay. So I will let you do that either as a kind of deception, or for your aim, I'll let you do it as perception. Whichever one you would like. So it's either you finding your target and doing it, or success. So yeah, you do this kind of seeing that your voice didn't carry, going for cannon fire to see if that will have an effect, and she absolutely does. Like, you see the cannon and she's slightly distracted, and some of these flying creatures, while they're getting closer, some of them have peeled away to kind of look at where you were firing towards. So that is another success. Edge.
I've got a baby making some noises. Okay, so at this point, I am seeking some additional sources of power. So, is it feasible that I have snuck into the room with the skull, retrieved said skull, and I'm in a position to hold it in the palm of my hand facing the god?
Yes.
Sweet. Now, I am wondering whether I can... Can I use mimicry to pretend to be the skull?
So that would be... So if you're doing mimicry, and you're trying to kind of sound how you think this skull would sound, that kind of thing, that would be deception. If you are trying to kind of draw on, there's something spiritual, like this is tapping into the god's kind of language, then it would be a religion check.
I'm trying to deceive that I have activated the skull for some purpose to defend us. I have not done that.
Okay, give me a deception check.
I'm going to go check on the baby.
That's a success. Strong success. So as that happens, again, these flying creatures, they seem to be where they were going to be starting to dive bomb. They kind of are giving a bit more of a wide berth, and Savras seems to be kind of puzzled and distracted slightly by this skull. Doesn't seem scared of it, but is surprised. We're back around to Tom.
All right. Tom is going to get up to the side of the ship. He's going to shout out, "How was I fucking supposed to know you were a god? You were trying to fucking kill us down there. Of course I was going to fucking shout at you. Who wouldn't?" I don't know what check that would be. I don't know. What would it come under?
I will let you do that as
animal handling.
I will let you do that as a religion, intimidation, or have you done a persuasion yet?
We failed 2 persuasions, but we haven't succeeded.
Has Tom done a persuasion?
No, Tom hasn't. No, Tom's only done an intimidation.
I'll let you do intimidation, but it'd be harder. Religion or persuasion?
I will do a persuasion. And I will add a D8 using my maneuver.
Oh dear.
A 12.
She hears you and she responds back in a way that everyone hears.
You insulted the gods. You insulted me to my face. I do not care whether you knew or not. What you should know is that you are a worm.
Fuck you!
And I'm assuming that Ollie is in transit rather than at a PC.
Yeah, I'm driving.
Okay, cool.
I'm lifting.
In that case,
fortunately.
you can listen into what definitely won't be an impending death of everyone. We are back around to Rat Scrub.
So for context, Tom usually would never even think of insulting the gods. However, as soon as he's done it accidentally, he's just going all in. He's like, I can't get any worse than this, right? She's already pissed off with me.
Okay, Roger, because why the fuck not? Has come back out onto the deck, and has sidled up beside Edge, and has pulled the sword that we got from the place of the lost things out of his pocket, because you know that's where you keep swords, right?
Yep.
And he looks at Edge and whispers, "Put the sword, put the skull on the end of the sword."
Are you persuading me, or do I just decide if I'm going to do that?
You're just going to look at me and you're going to go, "Yes, we're doing this," because then Roger is going to hold that sword aloft with the skull on top of it and say, "By the power of not Grayskull, go away."
Okay. I'm gonna
so out of ideas.
Performance?
Yeah, I'm gonna suggest that's a performance check, but I'm gonna make it because it's funny and a bit ridiculous. I'm gonna make that a DC 13 instead of 15. Yeah, let's roll it. Oh dear.
I tried. I'm so sorry.
You did. And as you do this...
side, we could just restart the campaign, as Mandy's going to be away for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you might do better while I'm off.
As you do this, like, you notice that, like, you are drawing a lot of attention to yourself here. And the flying creatures seem to now be targeting you specifically. As well as some other members of the crew. But very specifically, they are now targeting you. So you have them flying all around you. They are getting close. They look like they want to take you and carry you off. Edge, you can see this happening. It's happening.
Please succeed. I've got a really funny thing to do.
Okay, so given the previous failures of Edge's plans and the obvious animosity of the god, this is the goddess, or this is a manifestation of it? Are we assuming that's the thing we're actually dealing with? It's not another familiar like the statue was.
It's this seems much more like a real god than the statue. It's like not a bit of animated water in the same way that a kind of the statue was acting through the god. The god is acting through the statue. This feels much more like an intervention of a real god to put you in your place.
Okay, cool. So I would like to, with my short bow and a slightly damaged arrow, I would like to make it look as though I am trying to kill Tom to appease the goddess. So I am hoping that involves something to do with I'm going to look like I'm firing it properly, but actually I'm not. I'm deliberately aiming to wound rather than kill.
Okay, I will let you do either.
The 5 HP Tom.
Yeah. I'm fully conscious of that, but needing to get this many HP goddess off our backs. I might give you a wink while I'm doing it.
So I'm gonna say you can do either a performance check, or you can do. Because you're up close. I'll let you do a sleight of hand. Because it's about handwork and making it look like you're doing one thing but doing something else instead. I'll let you do sleight of hand. And I will say that I will lower the DC to 13. But if you fail, then you will be hitting Tom with an arrow.
Okay. So I'm going to shout to the goddess. We're sorry. We will make amends for this. And now, I have a question, Rick, which is, sorry, it's not so much a question as a statement. I have luck-e-ness. I can expend a luck point to give myself an advantage on a roll, and I believe, having looked at it, it is the consensus that I can do that after the roll has been made.
Okay, yeah.
That seems to be the...
You can expend that resource.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So I would like to do that, please.
I will give that as a success. It certainly seems like the wrath...
I haven't killed Tom.
You haven't killed Tom, but the Savras seems to... gives you the slightest of nods in your direction. And the seas start getting a little calmer. But there's still these flying creatures dive bombing the crew, particularly around Rat Scrub, and some of them are starting to climb into the ship. Tom, it's back around to you. Still alive.
Tom's going to throw the vial, the pot, whatever it is,
the mysterious liquid.
The bottle, the mysterious liquid. He's like, oh, fuck it. It's my lucky bottle. Maybe it'll save us. You just throw it at her.
Okay. Did not anticipate that. I'm going to reward you for sacrificing a very, very valuable resource. So I'm going to say... You can make any strength or dex-based check or an arcana check. You can do it with advantage. If it's successful, the bottle will be gone. You cannot get it back. But you will get multiple successes based purely on what it is, but that you don't know what it is, but what it actually is. So,
okay, yeah. I'm going to do an athletics check then. 16.
Okay, so I will remove that from your visible inventory. It is now not something that you have. Saturday is incredibly distressed at seeing you do this. He is not happy at all. But I'm going to say...
Well, he should have told us what it was then.
You never asked him.
Damn it, Thomas.
1, 2, 3.
I mean, we almost left it in the cavern, in the underground temple, and wouldn't be able to use it.
Oh, Lord, we've almost
Let's use it now than never. The amount of things that we've picked up in previous campaigns and not used.
Yeah. So many things.
So I'm using it.
I mean, yeah, it was potentially an incredibly sensible thing to do. But yeah, you are now on 8 successes.
Oh, wow.
That counted as 4?
Yeah.
We're still going to get a worse outcome, right?
You're still going to get a bad outcome.
Okay, we haven't got worse yet.
If you get one more failure, that's it. Skill challenge over. You get the bad outcome and the worst outcome. If you get 10 successes, you just get the bad outcome.
Okay. And we've lost our magic bottle of unknown magic.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, but that gave us 4 successes.
Great inventory sacrifices will be rewarded in a fair and measured way. So, Rat Scrub, it's to you. You are being personally targeted by these harpy-like creatures. These are like big, giant, winged, like grotesque-looking birds with long necks, and they look altogether evil, very dangerous, and they are climbing into the like the cannon holes. I don't know the proper term. They're climbing in on deck. They're getting down into the hold, and they are targeting you, as well as all of the lightning, the rain, the weather, all of that stuff that's happening. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to grab hold of one of these beasts because why not? And I would like to study it in a bit more depth and see if I pull its leg, if I pull its wing, does anything occur with the god? And while I'm also doing this, I'd like to put a bell round its neck.
Okay.
So I'm basically investigating the thing that's trying to kill, or one of the things that's trying to kill me, in the hope there's some kind of link between it and the god that looks like it's controlling them.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm going to say that would be either I'll let you do an investigation, I'll let you do an animal handling, or I would let you do a medicine check as well, because you're kind of causing pain and seeing the... Do you have anything to buff your checks or anything like that?
No, because I've already got +8 on my investigation. So how the fuck I can only get a 9? Oh dear.
Are you...
Sorry, guys.
Are you a human?
Yes. Am I missing something?
Have you... Well, humans do have, in the new rules, once per day, you automatically get inspiration. I don't think you've used your inspiration.
No, I haven't.
So
I need to press something for that?
So inspiration, if you declare it that you're using it, then
I'm clearly inspired by grabbing this thing that's trying to eat my eyes. Yeah.
Given that we are kind of new to this, and I'm feeling very generous, and because you're already getting the bad outcome anyway, I'll let you kind of... Normally you'd have to declare I'm using my inspiration before the roll, but I will let you declare it afterwards, use that inspiration, and let you take the 16, because I'm feeling very generous.
I am using my inspiration, Rick.
Okay, you have burnt your inspiration. So it comes down to edge. So as you do this, sorry, you kind of realise that as you pull this creature, like, it looks pissed at you. I'm going to say you do get a bell on it. Everyone can see you put a bell on it. It looks pissed as hell. But as you grab this thing, there does seem to be something of a link there. And it's like, kind of, she was not expecting you to fight back. And it's almost as though Savras is respecting the... recognizing her power, that she is controlling these beasts, and you are making that link. But they're still kind of gunning for you, but they've backed off a little bit. It comes down to edge. If you succeed, you only get the bad outcome. If you fail this, you get the worst outcome.
Okay, so it feels like we are coming towards the end of whatever this insane encounter has been. We have grabbed birds out of the sky, we've shot our own friends, we've waved skulls on swords. I am going to try my hand at steering the ship into what I believe to be a slightly smoother bit of sea, just to escape. Can we just get away at this point?
Okay.
So I rest the wheel. Yeah.
So are you doing this? So if you're doing it to kind of use your strength to kind of pull the wheel against the force of the waves, and you're doing it purely on your strength, then it would be
It's
athletics. But if it's more kind of, okay, what's the course that I need to pick in order to kind of get the right, I need to be perpendicular to the wave front, that's how I get the least resistance, that's how I get away, where's the wind, then I would let you
in physics.
do a what would that be? I would let kind of navigate. I'd let you do perception, or I'd let you do survival, because it's kind of navigation and those survival skills.
Perception, you say?
Yeah, I'll let you do perception. If that's...
I'll try and perceive our way out of this. I spot the perfect course to take. Sorry, it's probably your narrative to do.
As you do this, you notice like a break in the waves and the wind, and you time it perfectly just to steer into it. As you do, you realise that you've had just Jack nearby. He's still frozen, splintered leg, but you didn't notice that one of these creatures was getting close and was about to grab Jack and fly off with him. You steer the ship, and as you do it, Jack topples over, and by pure happenstance, crushes this creature against the wall, taking it aback. Jack falls to the floor, but this creature is startled, and the creature runs off. And Jack and the map piece that you never said you took out of his pocket does not get carried away by the ships. By taken away by these creatures. So Jack is safe, but as you do this, you realise that you have had the opposite effect on young Rat Scrub. And while Rat Scrub was so close to these creatures, pulled on a wing, put a bell around it, that you essentially lurched him into this creature and into its grip, and it grasps hold of Roger and lifts Roger off deck and starts flying off with Roger. Everyone hears a the lesson is well learned, and Savras becomes one with the sea again, and the sea calms, and it's glorious sunshine. You can see perfectly, and what you can see is Roger being carried off back to Cora Cora, and you hear the tinkling of the bell that was around around the creature's neck that Roger put on, and you see Roger being taken away. And as this is happening, Grag up in the crow's nest, who has been keeping an eye on things, is directing you towards where he can see where this thing's being taken, and he comes back down and he shows you on the map exactly where he can see this this creature carrying Rat Scrub, and you see, if I put it here, arrow, you see poor Roger. I'll put Roger on the map, being carried off.
This is killing me. Okay.
Yeah. To a largish cave in the hills of Cora Cora, north of Ishantara. caves which Greg tells you he's not been to, doesn't know anything about, but are glowing ever so slightly purple. And that's where we're going to come.
That's good. Point of order. So the bad outcome is Roger being stolen. The bad outcome,
Yes.
or do we not know what the bad outcome is?
Roger being stolen was the bad outcome.
To be honest, had I wasn't quite sure where the narrative was going, and had the harpy stolen Jack, one of my plans was to throw Roger at the harpy in the hope that we'd at least have someone to follow. So
the bad outcome was going to be much more severe, and would have involved a lot more ransacking of your things by the harpies and them being taken away, possibly resulting in a curse upon you. But for the time being, you've lost Roger.
So I do want to say, I know we didn't specifically say we took the map piece out of Roger's pocket, but we did say we were comparing the map pieces on the map and looking at them.
That's very true.
So,
and I realised that as I was saying that you did compare them, but the bad outcome would have still been you lost a map piece.
Okay.
And the captain. But you got the captain. You got 2 map pieces. Despite my best efforts,
he just fell off his table.
You still not got
It's useless.
the black spot. But yeah, possibly even for the next 3 weeks. Roger is
planning.
Carried away to these caves, and it's going to be the case that either you've got to go rescue Roger, or you got to send someone to rescue Roger for you. We got to hope that Roger finds his own way out. It is entirely up to you guys there how you play that, but you are without a Roger.
Just to clarify, Roger did have his hand on his broom at all times during this, so he does have his broom with him.
Oh, did he upgrade? I thought it was a mop.
Mop. Sorry, mop. Yeah.
Dry mop
change
is
the head?
essentially a broom.
Yep, you Roger does have the mop with him, but he's very much at the mercy of these beasts.
Wow.
But yeah, it was
fun.
It was definitely not a foregone conclusion that Roger was going to be taken away, but it works out quite well. There was a world where Roger was completely fine, just slightly quiet and traumatized, and being carried around by you guys. But alas, no. Roger is in the caves. And we will pick up the story next week. So you guys can decide between yourselves to whether you are launching a rescue mission, whether you are sending people in order to get Roger back for you, or you are just trusting that Roger will find Roger's own way out. But that will be up to you guys.
Can we assume that we're about to become proximate with the prison that we're going to?
It's a the course towards the towards Irondale, where you think Irondale prison is in the permanent storm. So yeah, by all means you can carry on going to the prison, and it's very much travelable to. The faring looks good now that you've dealt with the god that you insulted.
Okay, cool.
And do the Sisters of the Sword have their own ship that's like following us, or have they just jumped on ours?
They've jumped on yours. You're still reasonably close to Korokoro, so you could drop people off. There's lots of coast and inlets and things that you can moor up on while avoiding the attention of Ishantara. Likewise, if you want to go the long way around, you can go to Ishantakor, but you can go like to an inlet here, go yourself or drop people off. It is entirely up to you, or ignore Roger and think he's a resourceful little chap.
He is, but he's also like what, 12 years old.
Little chap. Yeah.
Very
It
young.
has
And
pop.
So I just got home. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm gonna have to watch the video, catch up.
I will put this one and the last week's one up on YouTube this evening. I just need to cut out the side of the screen that has all my notes and all of the other things that could happen and will happen on there.
And also cut the first
leave
slide
them on just in case.
Yeah, I'll selectively cut out some of the beginning chat. Just But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, and well done for doing your first skill challenge. I love skill challenges.
Yeah, it's fun.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing
Right, so
where you guys.
When it came up, my
trying
first. Sorry, go. I was going to say my first thought was to throw the bottle, but then I went, I don't know, it's probably a really important thing that I can use later on. And then we failed 4 in a row, and I went, all right, I'm throwing the fucking bottle.
I mean, yeah, it's you that will come up later on, but I'm sure.
Yep.
But it was it's what needed to happen.
Back in the drop.
It could have been a lot.
I have a feeling it's something to do with the tiers. I'm assuming that we needed to do on the one map. What did it say? Oh, well, yeah.
I'm saying nothing other than
tears in the sand reveals the tree. I'm worrying that maybe we needed it for that, but who knows?
Hey, but look, if this bottle's landed at the bottom of the sea, do you know what's at the bottom of the sea?
Sand and gravel.
We're just going to be wandering along one day. Trees can appear out of nowhere, be like, oh my god, we just solved the quest. Jobs are good.
Hang on. If it's a sealed bottle, it'll float and bob along, so we'll probably find it on the beach anyway.
What do I roll to see if a shark bites it?
I would say that you can do an animal handling if you jump into the water and try and find a shark. Which again,
if I train a shark,
Question,
is it possible I could get one of? Can I get one of Sway's people to go and train a shark? Is that possible?
You can try anything. You can try
Sweet.
absolutely anything. But much in the same way.
But everything has consequences, good or bad.
Yeah, and much in the same way as, can I seduce the dragon, please? Like, yeah, you can. But have you thought through the effect of an angry dragon and you trying to bum it? That might not go well, no matter how charismatic you are.
Do you know?
It's not going to be like
and do
Shrek.
you know the relationship standards of a dragon and how their whole, their social system works? Because you may just accidentally say something really mean.
Well, this is why I had to, at one point on a train home from work for the last campaign, write down notes on the mating practices of beholders. Just in case, because it did seem like for a while that's where some of the party were going.
Did it?
Oh, yeah, there were a few comments where, particularly because beholders as well, and it was yeah, and I had to have that in my back pocket just in case.
Yes, Jim was big on seducing people. Yeah. I do remember.
But I'm excited to see what you guys choose to do, and thank you very much for that. I will see
you guys in
overboard.
Enjoy
your time away.
Although I may listen in on week 3 because I might have withdrawal by then.
I say, well, I'll keep the YouTubes up to date so you can catch up as well.
Awesome.
Cool.
Right, night, guys.
Cheers, guys. Catch you later.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for the session.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Rick.
Bye.